Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We had a very unlikely, don't worry, I'll move this mouse out of the way, of course. We have an XL floor right off the bat. We had a very unlikely victory last time. Not to say that we got totally screwed with respect to items, but if I were to tell you that 4 of our 6 item rooms on the last run were Lemon Mishap, Dead Bird, Unicorn Horn, and Mom's Pad, what would your optimism be for the run? Probably not super high. Luckily, we got a damage upgrade in the form of the purple syringe. I think maybe growth hormones is what that one's called. As our other item room, and the all-important technology. Pair that with Calm and Cold, the Mark, a very, very lucky Max's Head from a Anarchist Cookbook into D20 FADC, and all of a sudden, all we needed was an Ankh to carry us through to victory, which was very, very nice. I'm surprised we made it work, but I'm glad we made it work, and now it's time for our Isaac run. Do we, don't we? We do. Alright, a health upgrade right off the bat, and we know it's a real health upgrade, not one of those fake health upgrades that you always see on the internet, because we have more than 1 HP. Left hand can be a pretty decent trinket, sometimes good, sometimes a little dubious, but I'm happy to have it right now. Little dubious was also the favored son of Cato the Elder. Anyway, let's just roll back here a little bit. There we go. We've already taken red hard damage on this floor. It's not abnormal to take red hard damage on Basement XL, I think, because you basically don't have any cushion for it. You've got to avoid taking damage for the entire floor, which, while possible, is just pretty unlikely. In fact, it's probably more likely that we avoid taking damage on the Caves XL, or even Catacombs XL, because at least we can get some items to improve our quality here. I know that we had technology last run. This is technology 2. Totally different. I don't know why. I restarted Spider Mod. I've gotten into the habit of restarting Spider Mod between runs now, because I just had too many runs where I got basically the same items over and over. But I think this is a coincidence. I think getting technology on the last run and technology 2 on this run is maybe a little bit coincidental. One thing's for sure, though, I'm happy to have it, because we've gone a long time without having either of the technologies. When it rains, it pours, and that's okay by me. Now, technology 2 is a lot of fun, but it's not the best item in the game. You know, it sucks a little bit for late-game boss fights, as you might expect. Yeah, we might as well fight our boss right now. Maybe we can get another reroll before the end of the floor. Well, we're not going to need a reroll here, so we'll see if maybe we'll use one after the next boss. But in any case, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass for those late-game boss fights, where the more you hit a boss, the more they will shoot and thus hit you as a product of that. It kind of sucks that there's no knockback associated with it. Rarely does it suck, though. For this boss fight, it sucks because we can't keep, you know, Little Steven where we want him to be. That being said, it might be easier to kill Little Steven first as a result of that, thereby giving us a slightly better chance to get regular Steven as our item. Let's try it. At least it gives us something, you know, different to shoot for on this fight. I did take some damage, I'm not happy about it, but we did get regular Steven, so maybe that did end up working out for the best, all things considered. And then we're gonna fight Famine. Famine should be a very easy fight, technology 2, or no technology 2. And damage upgrade plus single cube of meat plus the HP upgrade we got from a pill is already a pretty good haul from this floor. What did I get on my item room? I believe I've actually totally forgotten, which is kind of silly. Oh, we got technology 2, obviously. So I would say this has been a really good first floor so far. We did snag a deal with the devil, probably as a result of not taking damage against Famine there, and we've got Guppy's Tail and a Razor Blade, but we also have a reroll. So I'm going to take the ability to fly, and everything I would say is coming up Millhouse so far. The only thing that kind of sucks is that we need more keys in order to actually access the other item room on this floor. But it could be shitty, so who knows? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that we can't go to it for now. But hopefully we do get keys in the future. So Spirit of the Night for 1 heart. Sometimes a contentious choice, because there are some people who say, you know, why would you pay for an ability to fly when you can get the ability to fly for free? I'm not one of those people. For the most part, I would rather have, or I subscribe to the belief that a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, right? Especially if it's your mom's bush, in which case it's worth an infinite amount of those, because we'll never get the smell out. In any case, I would rather pay for an ability to fly than possibly risk not finding one in the future. Accidentally finding the secret room is awesome. I think, well, I don't know. We're gonna get our reroll, and then we'll see what warrants a reroll, because this should be the last room. It's nearly the last room. I'm gonna clear this floor out before we decide what to do, because there's no way we're gonna get another reroll after this. We're not going to the shop, as we have found that our secret room is basically worthless. I would say if our item room is bad, that's where our reroll goes. Unless maybe, let's check out the cursed room first. We only lose half of a red heart for going in here. Not bad at all. Okay, so the cursed room's out of the equation. Happy to have gone into it, but didn't really gain anything. If the item room is bad, we'll reroll the item room. If it's not, we'll reroll the cursed room. Honestly, as much as I would love to not waste a bomb, I feel like the lucky foot is pretty good. We already know that pills are good, or we have a good pill in our rotation, I should say, in the form of the health upgrade. Making all pills good removes a lot of uncertainty and maybe gives me a much better chance of success. And then we traded a bomb and a reroll for a 1-up, which I think is a pretty good first floor. All right, to recap. HP upgrade, Spirit of the Night for 1 heart, worth mentioning. Steven, Cube of Meat, Technology 2. I can't remember if I said Luckfoot already. Time to put my money where my mouth is about not taking damage on Caves XL. And a 1-up. That's oh, there's my damage, I guess. That's pretty fucking solid. So I would consider that to be a very much above average first floor. We're not tearing ass yet. That is such god-awful damage. Yeah, we're not, you know, living it up, not giving a fuck yet, but we've got some very good things working for us right now. Now, we need some red hearts. Otherwise, I do kind of find myself at the risk of dying on this floor, which would be the most disappointing Isaac result in a long time. Please don't let that happen. All we need to do is get a little bit of HP, get back to full health, maybe a spirit heart or 2 for a cushion, and then we're fine. Then life's good. Guppy's Paw. Very interesting. I think what we end up doing is taking Guppy's Paw and then re-rolling it into, you know, Blood Rights, which is god-awful. But now we have a red chest that we can re-roll the shit out of and hopefully knock some well, hopefully the most important thing is that we just get some good items. But maybe we'll also be able to knock some shitty items out of the pool, especially deal with the devil items. There's probably something to be said for just going hard as hell on Guppy's Paw right off the bat, but I'm gonna say that probably isn't the way I want to handle things. It's just a little bit too risky, and we already have a great run, like the skeleton of a great run here, so I don't want to get too out of control with respect to stuff like that yet. And perhaps most importantly, we have a good reroll target right off the bat, which is important when we haven't gone to any item rooms yet. I know we have seen an item room, we couldn't get to it because we didn't have a key, but on an XL floor, this basically means we're going to have a ton of time with which to reroll what is now Blood Rights into something hopefully a lot better. So I'm going to use a bomb here and see if we can find our secret room. It was not super likely, but not any less likely than any other room, I guess. Forget Me Now is also god-awful, but whether we reroll Forget Me Now or a red heart, or red chest, I should say, between those two options, I'm going to take the red chest. See if we can kill these laser bullet assholes quickly here. Because I think that pool is an awful lot better than the item room pool. I would love to reroll the Forget Me Now as often as we possibly can, but this is more important for now. Wooden Spoon. Maybe it's not, actually. Wooden Spoon is actually kind of okay. We're a little slow right now. I'm not sure why we're sluggish. Maybe this is just normal speed, but I was a little faster last time, so it's, you know, just kind of making me feel like I'm a little slower than I should be feeling. This all being said, I think now... Come on, pop up. I think now I reroll the Forget Me Now. That was a very lucky dodge. Or a very nice dodge, depending on how kind you'd like to be to my own personal sensibilities right now. We can't open that, right, I forgot. So we'll get some more rerolls, and I think we'll reroll Forget Me Now instead of rerolling the speed upgrade. Wouldn't mind having the speed upgrade. If nothing else, speed upgrade is a nice compensation for, you know, the many good items in the game that can also give you speed downgrades. Lard being a principal example, Small Rock, Fat Odd Mushroom, etc., etc. It's basically just insulation from the ill effects of some pretty good items. Now we know that pills are good. That one, well, it's not good, but it actually, that in this situation ends up looking pretty okay. 7 keys is definitely better than 7 bombs. Now, I could pick up some bombs, but I'm not going to just yet. That might serve as something that we pick up later. It would be nice to have some bombs, and the homing effect is not the best, but not god-awful. The bean is god-awful. But the bean is now what gets rerolled as well. So, unfortunately, you know, we're spoiled for reroll choice here. We have 3 items on the board that are not particularly strong. The bean is still target number 1 for rerolls because of the fact that it's an active item, and the other two at least give us some benefit, even if it's not as much as I would like. But yeah, we're starting to, you know, run up against it on this floor. We're running out of time. Judgment is something I would very much love to give some of my attention. He's judgment, judgment, he's judgment. Gotta have some of your meager pennies. Give them to me. I'm not proud of myself. I'm a little proud of myself for that. As someone who is very self-conscious about it, admittedly awful singing voice, I love subjecting people to it and not feeling bad about it anymore. It's just fun, you know? I'm not trying to, you know, annoy anybody with my singing voice. I'm more trying to bring up these cultural references, and also if you can have a laugh at my expense, then even better. There was a young lady in my high school. She was a couple of years older than me, and they would play, I'm gonna take Attack Fly. It's just good enough. And I'll probably re-roll the speed upgrade next. I think the homing bombs are still more important, but they would always play songs to get us from class to class. Like, you know, a song would indicate you have 4 minutes left to get to class. If you don't get to class before the song's over, then you're late, basically. Not a super scientific way of handling it, but, you know, it added some flavor to an otherwise drab day. We do have an arcade here, very interesting. Let's see if we can maybe snag, like a nun's habit or something like that. And she would always sing along with the songs, and she was really bad, and I hated her. So I don't want to be that person. Let me know if I'm becoming that person. If I ever start, you know, jamming out to fucking Let It Go, which will not happen, then you know, I'll get some therapy or something and we'll work it out. I don't, you know, Frozen, beloved movie right now. That's fine. I'm not criticizing it. I haven't even seen it, but I'm over it. Despite having not seen it, I'm over it. I mean, I have to imagine that it's harder if you're like someone who's into drama or something like that, or, you know, you're in theater in high school. I feel for you right now, because I'm sure that you were just hearing songs from Frozen non-fucking stop. Because when I was in high school, and this is, you know, back in my day, 10 years ago roughly, like 8 years ago at this point, I guess, Rent, the film version of Rent was really popular, and people were always like, the theater people were always singing it in the halls. No disrespect to those people, man. Find your identity wherever you can. But I am so fucking sick, or I was so fucking sick of hearing, like, Light My Candle while walking to fucking second period math. So I have to imagine that it's even worse now. So rest assured, you have my sympathy if you're out there and you're being subjected to these, you know, highly dramatized versions of Frozen songs right now. Anyway. That's not just me trying to be a hipster as well. Be like, oh, Frozen, herp derp, I'm an old man, I don't care about stuff like that. I hear it's actually pretty good, but you fuckers that love it have ruined it. And that's the thing you gotta worry about sometimes. Sometimes enthusiasm can actually push people in the other direction. I'm trying to think of what's a great example. You know, sometimes people talk so highly about something that when you try it yourself, you're like, this isn't that amazing. Frozen yogurt. Oh, dude, you gotta try frozen yogurt. It's like ice cream, but better. I've had frozen yogurt. It's fine. Don't talk about it like it's the fucking messiah, you know? That does a disservice to frozen yogurt. You built the hype up so high that it's impossible to treat it seriously now. Now, I know we're very low on HP. This is a problem. But we are gonna be able to buy the compass. So, suck on that, I guess. I'm gonna give Judgment like 2 cents here, just in case. Alright. That's why you say just in case, because sometimes the cases don't work out in your favor. I'm gonna take a sip of this delicious iced coffee here. God's gift to man. You should try it sometime. It totally won't disappoint you. Ice cube. An ice cube in my mouth. It's okay. Tomo, I can hear you, buddy. Why are you freaking out? Are you mad that I have maybe villainized people who are overly enthusiastic about Frozen? I'm sorry. Sometimes people just like to have peace and quiet. That's about it. It's a very powerful song. I'll give you that, you know? Anyway. We have more money here. Let's talk about Isaac for a while. We bought the compass. That's very good. We might as well go to this room. I did the math very quickly in my head, so I may have made a mistake, but I'm pretty confident we're not gonna get more rerolls. So I think what I'm gonna do is fight the bosses, and then we'll decide whether we want these homing bombs or whether we want to reroll maybe a boss room or a devil room or something along these lines. Now, really hoping that I don't take damage, but beyond that, hoping that we snag some red hearts back from maybe this peep fight to use on the next fight. And it would also be nice to get HP upgrades. That should have hurt me, probably. It would also be nice to snag HP upgrades because, I would love to trade some more to the Deal with the Devil for increased damage, essentially. I can't believe that I haven't been hit by any of these shots. You know, looking at the way these shots have been coming in from Peep, I probably should have been hit like 2 or 3 times now. I probably should have used the 1-up, basically. I'm very glad we have not. This 1-up, you know, it becomes increasingly valuable the later we manage to use it. So we got stem cells quickly. I did take damage, but we got our wish. And the shot speed upgrade isn't even really that deleterious, considering the fact that our shots travel instantly anyway, so it's not like that's going to be problematic, or it's not like knockback's going to be an issue or anything like that. Alright, so just keep this guy, you know, in your sights. Stay low. There is a little bit of knockback via the attack fly, I think. That's weird. Or maybe it's just him moving. And we get more HP, so that's fine. I didn't want to reroll either of those. Do we reroll the homing bombs? I would say now that we have 2 bombs, it's okay to reroll the homing bombs. If we end up missing out on them, you know, I would prefer to have more bombs right now. Tomo, what's up, buddy? Tomo! I think they're mad because it's hot. Like, you know, stepfather, it's hot out. I said stepfather. I don't know. I felt weird about calling the cats my children. You want to be careful about that line because you go from, like, you know, cat owner to cat person. And that's a freaky line that I don't want to cross. I'm not ready for that level of commitment yet. So, you have finally paid out, and you paid out with the map, so now we have map and compass. That's a lovely situation to be in. Hello, I am Dr. Mop and Compass, here to win your run. I don't know what accent that was, but I apologize to all, you know, Central European people. Where is, like, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands? I guess I would say, you know, Belgium, Western Europe. But how does, I hurt myself a little bit to try to get the blood bag. Didn't really work out there. Belgium, I would say Western Europe. What about Germany? Germany, to me, on a map, looks like Central Europe. But maybe it is considered Western Europe, and maybe Central Europe is like Czechoslovakia, you know. I can't believe I just said Czechoslovakia. I apologize. Czech Republic and Slovakia. It's been forever here. But keep in mind that a lot of my knowledge of, you know, European geography comes from Crusader Kings 2, Europa Universalis 4, you know, games with dated names for countries because they're historically accurate, but they're not around anymore. That and ice hockey for the NES. So, you know, you're dealing with someone who's not deliberately trying to offend you there. You know, the Czech and Slovak people who, you know, fought long and hard for their independence. Anyway. Oh, that's not the damage I want to be taking right now. If we end up using the 1-up, not the end of the world. That being said, I would prefer not to. But this is one of the consequences for playing Blood Banks as hard as I did. Should probably stop trying to dodge into these shots from the red nubs. That would probably help me out. Let's check out our item room. It looks like we're going to run into this basically at exactly the right time from a reroll standpoint. Okay, that was a little dangerous there. That's okay, though, because here we are. Now, we do have a secret room, so I think the shop is going to be probably viable, even if we don't get money in that. There's plenty of money kind of existing here as is. And we get Scapular, which seems like something that in our current situation would be very useful. Finding a Spirit Heart in poop is, oh wow, that too. Extremely unlikely. It looks like we won't use this 1-up then. I really can't stress enough that the 1-up is exceptionally useful if you manage to save it for later in the game. If you use it at the start, it's just kind of like, you know, using a 1-up on this floor would be me saying to myself, like, I should really pay fucking attention. It's like a reminder I shouldn't need at this point in my Isaac quote-unquote career. That is awful damage on my part there. Now, we do have the Steam sale, which at this point is probably just, you know, we have license to reroll it. Okay, that was not handled properly. Just work it out here. I am legitimately not trying to get hit, and I'm not thinking that I'm playing too lazily. Just kind of some bad tactical decisions coming back to bite me in the ass here so far. We're going to make our way down to the shop and boss room corridor here. Looks like we probably will be using a bomb to reroll Steam Sale, which makes me a happy camper because Steam Sale's pretty bad, and, you know, the secret room pool could help us out a lot. Something like raw liver would be lovely. In a way, the 1-up is almost taking away a little bit of the tension that I'd like to have right now. You know what? I know this is going to cost us technically a room on our reroll cycle. I feel like it's worth doing, though, so that we don't have to go through Spike Room ever again. And we did lose enough money that the shop might not be immediately viable, which is really unfortunate. But secret room, reroll the Steam sale, into Book of Belial. It's a good item, don't get me wrong. Don't take my words out of context. That being said, we're not gonna use it. Let's start by going over here. We're gonna go over here first, just so we can get our rerolls timed appropriately. That nickel could be very useful in our shop here. Just so we can get our rerolls timed appropriately for boss room. And then if we don't want to reroll the boss room, or if, you know, God willing, there's a deal with the devil or angel room that comes after it, we can use it immediately on the shop, and that's going to be fine. And we'll probably have enough rooms left to get another reroll on top of it, which is nice. Now, oh, okay, just dipsy doodle through the center here. These guys are really making me realize that, you know, my damage is something that we're going to need to work on here. But we're still alive, and we still haven't used our 1-up. Now, alright, so we've got big boy version of Peep here, and he did not muck about to start with. Immediate damage. Ooh, that was very close. Remember not to stand directly to the side. I thought about not walking in front there, but I really thought I had the speed necessary to escape. I did not. Okay. So just hang out over here. We're only going to shoot at him from behind now. So hopefully he spends a lot of time in that position right there. And we can, you know, make the best of an interesting situation here. I don't see ourselves dying on this boss fight. It's not out of the question. But I think as long as I just maintain, you know, vigilance, we should be fine. That was really dumb of me. There's really no point for me to dodge in and try to sneak in like one shot, because one shot from Technology 2 is meaningless. Doesn't jump as far as I want him to jump. Sustained fire from Technology 2, really, really useful. But, you know, one-off shots, basically not important at all. Okay, don't die. Stay calm. Okay, I made a bet with myself there that he wouldn't be able to reach me, and it seems to have worked out. I really don't want to dodge the way that I have to dodge here. Ooh, great shot there, Peep. Quite a bone meal there, old bean. I really should have walked inside of the shop first, because buying that Spirit Art could have saved us from using the 1-up. Ah, now we have a good champion version of Peep. Fantastic. We still blow up these rocks, so I can't really, you know, use them for cover. Not that I could use them for cover to begin with, because of, you know, the ubiquity of those explosions. My favorite post-rock band. Anyway, keep it smart and calm and safe here. Don't want to get too... So bad. Don't want to get too close to the attack fly, because... Ooh, it worked! Don't want to get too close with the attack fly, as mentioned, because we could actually end up exploding the bombs that he shoots at us, which I don't want to do. I'm safe. I got some safe sustained fire in there. It's really close to being a terrible idea, though. Now, he has summoned a fuck ton of these silkworms. There are literally hundreds of silkworms on the screen right now. It's very problematic. Does this guy not shoot the beams out of the side of his head then? Is that the other thing about green bloat? No, he totally still does that. I think I've been hit by them before, but I forgot. So sue me. Alright. You guys remember Just Sue Me, the greatest sitcom of the early 2000s? No. Just be cool here. Can't hit what you can't see, Peep. Bloat, whatever. Luckily, you can still hit what you can't name, for my own sake. Pretty terrible fight here. Series of fights, I suppose, but we are going to come out of this just fine. I was going to say, if we got to deal with the devil there, I would be quite surprised. We did not. We did get Squeezy and some Spirit Hearts, my favorite Elton John song. That was not a confidence-inspiring fight. Bumfriend is not really what we want either. Now we're on the ropes. I mean, we're in a fine position. Allow me to caffeinate here. We're in a fine position, but I can't afford to die. I mean, that's par for the course in most Isaac runs. But we had the 1-up earlier, so I could afford to, you know, play around a little bit. Consequences were not crazy severe. Now we do not have that luxury, so be smart. What do I even want from the shop at this point? Well, I guess, you know, I want basically the only good category of item that's left. Shit that would give us extra reroll charges, so battery 9-volt nuns have it, obviously. We will get one more reroll and that's it, so I'd say we're probably not taking the Book of Belial. Well, I'd say we're definitely not taking the Book of Belial. Interesting dodging strategies on display here. It ended up working out, though. And you too? Alright. Sorry, I was just answering a trivia question there. Who sang Vertigo? Okay. Well, we might as well finish off our last room. We might as well go to our curse room while our reroll is still active. Maybe there'll be a good deal with a devil item that we can benefit from and then reroll or something. That's not it, but we did get pills, and pills are extraordinarily worthwhile in our situation. So a speed upgrade is actually very welcome. The HP upgrade is obviously the crown jewel there. We're still kind of slow. And that is where, you know, people in chat say, or people in the comments say, you don't say. You know, very clever of you. But that's definitely an improvement. Free HP is better than any other kind of HP. No money there. Alright, so we get our last reroll. And I'm feeling pretty good. Certainly, you know, on paper, we're in a much better position than we were on that last Judas run. And we made that Judas run work. All we got to do now is live up to those expectations. I thought about it, decided it would be a terrible idea to buy a Book of Revelations there. So we're going to save our money, use it on the next floor. Hopefully we don't fight greed. I'm thinking it's pretty likely we fight greed. We do have a library. We haven't taken too many books out of the rotation. Book of Belial, not Book of Revelations. We have plenty of keys, though, so even if we can just knock out, like, one or two mostly otherwise impotent rerolls, it seems like a pretty smart idea, I guess. I think it's worth a shot, just in case our other rooms, for whatever reason, end up having the greatest rerolls of all time. Plus, Book of Sin gives us, you know, something. Probably won't use that here, because there's no arcade, but reroll these bad boys, and, wait, I don't have a reroll left yet? Why did I think that I would have a reroll by this room? Well, it's not like we're going to get to another room that would warrant a reroll prior to it anyway, so it's fine. We will get to our shop, and we can get a reroll ready for that. I still think Nunsab at 9-volt would be huge. Because it would be. I mean, it's not like that's contentious. And we reroll these, and we get Book of Revelations, Book of Revelations. As far as I'm concerned, that should mean 2 Spirit Hearts, but no such luck. Now, depending on your perspective with Book of Revelations and the Horsemen, that's either the best possible place for Book of Revelations, because it means we're not going to be getting a cube of meat, or the worst possible place for Book of Revelations, because of the same reason. Now, one thing I would love to do, stop taking so much fucking stupid damage, you goddamn idiot. This is, like, seriously, not feeling pretty great right now. If I could just stop taking dumb damage, actually start stacking some Spirit Hearts up for when, you know, the game gets a little bit more difficult, that would be lovely. Now, this is great. Nun's Habit. What a wonderful world. We're probably not going to get too many rerolls on this floor because there is no arcade. And that sucks, but it's kind of, you know, difficult to complain about when we also got the Nun's Habit. It would be better if things went a different way, but the way they are right now is totally fine as well. So, this will give us maybe more rerolls on this floor, which means more of a chance that this library will eventually, you know, be solid for us. Anarchist Cookbook. Sorry, that's not Anarchist Cookbook. Anarchist Cookbook's still in the rotation, as is maybe Telepathy for Dummies. I forgot what the first book on the very left was when we first came into the room, but I think there's a fairly likely chance we have Super... Oh, that's awesome. Disregard all previous complaining. I think there's a pretty decent chance we find Super Greed in our secret room, so I'm kind of waiting until I have a reroll available there, just so I don't have to maybe expend an extra bomb to get a reroll on his item. But yeah, and we're going to wait to play that Blood Bank until we've discovered everything on this floor, just so we can, you know, make an informed decision about how much we want to gamble or not gamble. Now, we'll just do the, you know, dad strats here. Hold down the laser and fire from a situation that will give us as much, you know, surface area and contact as possible. That was fine. See what we've got in our secret room. It is not greed. In fact, it's just basically a butt truck of money. Butt truck is like a dump truck combined with a buttload. It's the highest order of measurement that science has ever discovered. Down here to our library again, and it looks like I was full of shit when I said that we probably wouldn't get through the library pool. We probably got at least another reroll or two to worry about. It is smart not to do this. I thought about using Book of Shadows and then playing the Blood Bank, because, hey, it's free. It doesn't cost Spirit Hearts, right? Yeah, but then it doesn't give us a charge on our D6. Allow me to reposition myself in my chair. It doesn't give us another charge on our D6, which means that we're just putting that Blood Bank closer to the point where it's going to pay out, and we want it to pay out, but not before we're done with it. You know, it's like owing somebody, if somebody owes you a favor, you don't want to use that favor right away. You want to kind of milk out some smaller favors first if possible, and in this case, smaller favors for us are the rerolls we could earn for this item room and the library as well. Okay, yeah, that's really good. So we're probably not going to be rerolling our item room. We got Polyphemus. Polyphemus definitely makes our tier stronger. I don't know if it makes technology stronger. Technology 2, I should say. I would have to guess that it would, though. It would be surprising to me if it didn't. It just didn't make the beam much larger, it seems. So, you know, with technology 1 at least, that's how you kind of measure how strong your beam is getting. There's Anarchist Cookbook. Is by, you know, the size of it. That might not work with technology 2, but I'm sure the damage probably still applies. So, here's moments of truth for us. Gamble a couple times on here. We do want the blood bag, but we don't want it right away. The more rerolls we can snag as a result of this, the better. And I'm actually, as much as I'm looking forward to the HP, I'm probably like equivalently looking forward to... I'll take the full suite of orbitals, but we'll leave Mr. Boom. We'll pick it up and then we'll put it back down. I'm on the same level looking forward to the speed upgrade. I feel real slow right now, real sluggish. We have gotten one speed downgrade in the form of, you know, the fat odd mushroom, I think. But maybe Steven also is a little bit of a speed downgrade, or maybe Spirit of the Night is a small speed downgrade that I've never noticed before. That seems surprising, though. Peeper's Eye I'm not going to take. Because it does cause one of our eyes to stop shooting, and I'm worried that would be like our Technology 2 eye. So I think, and you know, even if it was the other eye is like Polyphemus for us, so I don't think it's worth taking it. And the orbital, or, you know, the thing that bounces around, doesn't do nearly enough damage to compensate for that potentially, you know, cataclysmic effect. Infestation is pretty bad. I like it when I don't have a choice, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm gonna get stuck with infestation anyway, then I'm like, at least it's a passive and blah blah blah. But if I have a choice, I don't want to roll with it. And we do have a choice here. 10 bombs. Interesting. 10 bombs is kind of a good choice right now because we're low on our bomb situation. But if we can get something even better, I would love to. And you know, we're still gonna keep playing our blood bank, so why compromise right now when we're gonna get a lot of rerolls out of this anyway? So, we come in here and reroll 10 bombs into the Yum Heart, which basically is a free roll and takes a shitty item out and makes us more likely to get the blood bag. Not that the Yum Heart is super shitty, it's actually pretty okay combined with Nun's Habit, but we value the item in the library, the potential, you know, the developing item in the library, the gestating item in the library, more than we value the... you know, playing the blood bag infinitely. Spelunker's Hat is definitely not good enough when we already have the map, so we continue to do some exhausting kind of backtracking here, getting a little annoyed by it, but, you know, it can't go on forever. Eventually we'll get IV or blood bag. And what else do we have going on here? Because I'm starting to run out of red hearts. I really don't want to use Wheel of Fortune. What we will do is use Game Kid to maybe get a heart or a half heart back. Not on this room, obviously. But on this room, sure. It's going to make this a little easier to at least crowd control these guys somewhat. Hey, we actually found the second secret room as a result of that as well. Yeah, Polyphemus definitely worked along with Technology 2. We'll come back and get that at the end of the floor. Polyphemus definitely made us a lot stronger with Technology 2. So we probably don't even need to worry too much about what item we get here. Probably better to just not kill ourselves by gambling like fucking crazy on the blood bank, but for some reason I can't stop myself. I think I might have a little bit of a problem. 50 cents. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Library don't have what I need if I need to feel buffed up. I ain't into IV bags. I'm into speed ups, so come give me a hug. You know, I'm never proud of myself for that, but I oftentimes feel like they're pretty good for coming right off the cuff. Now, we're starting to get into the danger zone for how much we're gambling here. I'm really amazed that it hasn't paid out yet. I'm really amazed that not only has the blood bank not paid out, but we haven't really gotten anything useful out of the library either. That's very surprising to me. Okay, Whore of Babylon is like... We know that we're not going to get Guppy's Paw, so Whore of Babylon kind of sucks. But I'm still tempted to take it because the upside for it is pretty high if we can get it to work. Which we almost certainly will not, but still, you get where I'm coming from on that one, I think. Now, again, Polyphemus Technology 2, great position to be in. Tarot card, here's the Devil. We're going to leave it and stick with our Wheel of Fortune card, just because, again, we can't fight the boss and then leave and then get our Wheel of Fortune card back after we use the Devil card, so I think this is okay. What I really want at this point is money equals power. That would be the ultimate payoff for the amount of fucking time we've spent doing this. And, Common Cold. We had it on the last run. We're going to take it on this run as well. So there's our payoff. How low do we go? We're in such a good position. It would be a real shame to throw it away for no reason. Let's play another 3. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. I can't believe we got 74 cents, and yet we're still not getting the payout here. So sorry, I mean, thank you, but also sorry to that blood bank. Getting the Common Cold is great. Our damage should be through the fucking roof. Little low on health. Very low on health. It's a scary position to be in, but I think we're more likely to kill ourselves than we are to save ourselves by going on that blood bank at this point. We're in a very, very nice position with respect to our damage, our survivability if we get back to full health and all that jazz. So I would be very surprised if we don't end up pulling out a victory on this run. But if we don't, it will be partly as a result of this blood bank, I think. I'm going to reroll it. That's pretty much what I wanted. I wanted to reroll a Tears upgrade into an HP upgrade, and it worked out. I would have been happy with the Tears upgrade, but I also thought, you know, why not risk it a little bit, get a little bit more survivable. That's where I'm feeling most vulnerable right now, so why don't we give it the old college try. I really wanted that speed upgrade, too. Like, I was getting attached to the speed upgrade in my mind. That's okay. You know, we gotta live in the now, live with the reality of the situation as opposed to the hypothetical. And we're fine. We're actually more than fine. Polyphemus Technology 2, we're in a fantastic situation. We've kept this Wheel of Fortune card for like 8 floors now. It's like fucking meditation or something. Just, you know, it's the opposite of meditation, actually. It's holding on instead of letting go, but it may end up working out very nicely for us. That blood bank, these blood banks could be useful to help generate maybe a better item from one of these rooms, whether we get a, you know, Skolex boss room payout that sucks, or maybe a Deal with the Devil payout that's not so great, although it's going to be harder to guarantee that we can get back into the room if we leave after that. But we're just going to take our HP upgrade and go. I think that's fine. And fuck those blood banks. We don't need HP and speed as much as it seems like we might. I did go to the secret room on that floor. Let's see if we can maybe go to the secret room on this floor too and make something good happen. I'm very pleased with the fact that we've gotten nearly back to full HP. Map plus compass is so useful, and thank God we haven't run into Curse of Blindness or Curse of Darkness, which means that we're destined to do so on the next floor, which is the worst floor for it to happen. But we're so we're strong in every regard right now. I can't find anything to complain about on this run except for that blood bank being kind of a dick, and my hubris almost getting me in a little bit of trouble. Because sincerely, I mean, look at the situation we're in right now. D6 nuns have it. Spacebar item is sorted for the time being. Map plus compass. Shop items, you know, including the D6, or including the compass, I should say, or including Nun's Habit, I should say, sorted for the time being. Technology 2, Polyphemus, you know, Steven, damage is sorted for the time being. Common Cold plays into that as well. Ability to fly, tons of HP, full suite of orbitals. That's our, you know, defense sorted. And, like, really, everything's good. We have no glaring weaknesses on this run. Sorry, I got a little freaked out by that, you know, industrial truck horn outside, and I lost my train of thought for a second there, but I've recovered, I think. Now, hey, good, we killed him before he even had a chance to come back into his dickhole state. Dickhole state, also the license plate for Ohio. I'm sorry, I had to pick a state to be the brunt of that joke. No, it was the butt. The butt's fine. And I have nothing against Ohio, really. But it seemed like that would be the funniest. What, you're not going to say, like, the dickhole state, Hawaii? Who doesn't like Hawaii, right? It's, you know, mountains and volcanoes and tropical paradises and spam musubi. Ohio, I feel like Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, those could all be kind of lumped under the dickhole state. And even people from those states, I think, will find it. They'll chuckle at it. They'll be like, you know, our state does have some dickholes in it. Every state has some dickholes in it, but thank you for being the bigger men and women and accepting the joke at face value and not getting super offended. Now, let's continue here. That's money that I'll never need, but my God, if we get money equals power, we will be sitting pretty, whistling Dixie. I'm gonna go and get that tarot card, because there is the chance that that could end up being, you know, a lifesaver if we need it. I don't know if I need a lifesaver. The Stars card is actually pretty bad. Wheel of Fortune is gonna be that's our guy, man. We've carried it this far. We're gonna take it down to the chest and be able to use it to get another free item. So I'm happy that it actually eventually paid for itself, even if we never did get better cards, I suppose. So this fight's gonna be fine. The danger on this run is gonna be getting whittled down. You know, taking a little bit of damage here and there on difficult rooms, and then not having enough to tank Blue Baby with, because we're tanking this fight, because it's impossible for me to dodge, given the frequency with which I actually shoot at Blue Baby and cause him to shoot back. I'm acting like the Isaac fight is already gone, but it is pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. So, yeah, we've got to be very vigilant on every room, but I do feel like we're in a really nice position. So we get Quad Shot, Mom's Bra, Harlequin Baby, Kamikaze, and we could have played that for Spirit Hearts, but I'm too lazy. Blow it up into Lemon Mishap. So, I'm not going to take Quad Shot, because I don't understand its effects, and that frightens me. I would like to take Mom's Bra as our active item, but I would rather reroll 5 items than take Mom's Bra and reroll 0. So we did that, and we get Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel is going to make our orbitals a little bit better. Everything else is still trash. So we're going to get, like, there's no rush. We're going to get plenty of rerolls on this run. On this floor, I should say. So let's not go too crazy, please. Ooh, that was close. Don't kill Sloth. Good. That was like, yeah, very, very, very close to killing Sloth. That's Poop, which is god-awful. I doubled our keys. Let's be honest, at this point, doubling our keys from 1 to 2 is probably going to be all we need for the remainder of the floor. If it's not, and that ends up costing us the run, well, then you have my permission to yell at me, but it's extraordinarily unlikely that that situation would ever come to pass. Now, Loki should be deceased. Good enough. Good enough. And we get another 4 rerolls here. That's 4 rerolls, yeah. PhD, I almost don't want to reroll because it can give us a few extra hearts, but we don't have a choice. We either reroll 1 or we reroll all. Now this is, let's take this. Ooh, it's okay. We were going to reroll this shit anyway. This may actually allow us to get an extra pill. We also found the second secret room, much to my surprise. This may allow us to get an extra pill. I was planning on rerolling all that shit back there anyway, because it was a god-awful reroll, but so be it. We could just go fight our boss right away and then try to get, like, HP upgrade pills. But maybe there's a spacebar item in... no, my best friend can occasionally get me killed, so that seems like a dumb choice. I probably should have stayed at a half-heart interval, but weirdly enough, I actually find myself in the position where I kind of want to not bum rush the boss right away, and instead we'll just try to find another reroll, because really... I think the thing that gives me the most... The thing that's most likely to show up and give me the best chance of success is a spacebar item that synergizes well with Nun's Habit. And that, you know, Mom's Bra was that item, but I took a risk and rerolled a bunch of shit instead, and it hasn't panned out properly yet, but that's okay. And I think it's pretty likely that we get that. It doesn't have to be great. Necronomicon would be fine. Although we've already taken all of our books out of the pool, I suppose. Bad damage on my part, but that will guarantee us a reroll. And we're at a half-heart interval now, especially since I skipped over that. So Spider Butt would be fine. I'm just talking about items we've already seen. Shoop the Whoop would be probably not fine, because we already do more damage with technology, too. Mom's Knife is pretty good. And there's Shoop the Whoop. I think I'm just going to not even take an item into the boss fight, and we'll just do this. Mom's Knife, Polyphemus, Technology 2... This seems like we've won guaranteed. We were going to win probably anyway, but, you know, having some insurance feels pretty good. So let's just stand, you know, right on next to this guy and we find ourselves, like, not at risk at all. All right. We made it work. It didn't look like it was going to be too much in danger, but I'm glad we made it work regardless. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.